Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 155. It is the last day of the week, aka the Vampire Killer Workout. I am currently on my way to the gym right now, way earlier than I thought I would be. I got out of work early today because it is a holiday weekend. So I wanted to talk about today, the weekend, working for the weekend, aka just trying to get to the weekend because I've worked now enough where I'm looking forward to every single weekend humanly possible. I talked a little bit about it on Friday night, but I wanted to talk about it today because it's the mythical 3-day weekend plus leaving work early on Friday, so that means it's like 3.5 days basically right then and there, so it's even better. But I will say this, okay, so to get to the subject matter at hand, the weekend, or aka the special 3-day weekend, much a big fan of it right now currently. I am looking forward to the fact that I have 3 days off instead of 2. I look forward to all weekends now because that is just how it is now, and it's something that I haven't had happen in a while. I used to not really care for the weekend. The weekend was just the weekend. It was nothing too crazy, and I'm not talking about the singer-songwriter. But it used to be something where I was like, okay, it's just, for me, it was a day where things were just busier. So I wasn't really looking forward too much to the weekend. I didn't have employment, so I could just go to wherever and whenever. I didn't really care necessarily, so it is what it is. But generally speaking, nowadays I'm actually very excited for the weekend, not like before where I didn't have a job and every day was basically the weekend. You know, I didn't have to necessarily worry about doing anything or going anywhere. Now on the weekends it's like, all right, what can I get done that I normally can't get done? I need to do it now on the weekend, and that is what I am doing tomorrow. But because I get the mythical extra day, it makes everything like pushed an extra day. So it's like Sunday becomes like an extra day of doing absolutely nothing. Or in my case, I'm going to probably be editing. I want to get to the point this weekend and take advantage of it to where I can edit so far ahead where I'm a week ahead, you know what I mean? So like I can get 4 episodes done plus maybe even 5. That'd be great, because then I'd be actually almost caught up. That'd be nice. To put it in perspective, I think the one that came out today was 138. So yeah. And we are recording 155 right now, so yeah, that should give you an idea of how many what the backlog looks like. So that's why coming up with subject matters has been a little bit interesting, to say the least, because I'll rewatch old videos that will give me new ideas, but then it's like they kind of go together, but they don't go together. It's very weird and complicated. I don't want to get too into the bogged details about that, but I'll say this. I am looking forward to this weekend. I'm very happy. The sleep is going to be great, but the sleep is always great regardless of whether I get an extra day or not. But we will talk more about the weekend, the holiday, and a few other things when we get on the inside.
Alright, so started this day off with overhead press, which was great. It's been a while. So this exercise, or this workout happened. It seems as though I did a bunch of stuff on this day, a little bit extra, which works out perfectly because in the future, I end up skipping a couple of Fridays, but it's a whole other story for a whole other day. So back to the main subject matter at hand. Working for the weekend, or just the weekend in general. I really do, really do look forward to the weekends now. I love every second of it. The moment that it is Friday night, I get excited. One, because I get to chill out Friday nights. I don't have to worry about going to sleep at a certain time. And then 2, I get to do whatever the fuck I want on the weekend, and it's great. It's been a while since I've been able to do that. So I look forward to it every time that it happens, and usually Friday is a pretty chill day at work, so I don't necessarily mind Fridays at work. I don't necessarily mind Mondays either, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But for now, I would like to describe the weekends that have been happening, because every time it seems as though basically my weekends have been filled in ahead of time as much as they can be, because now I have to schedule everything for the weekend, so I have to make sure that everything fits for the weekend. So whilst it is a little bit of a pain in the sense that I have to do everything that I want to do with free time on the weekend, so I have to make sure that whatever I'm doing is available on the weekend, it is kind of nice in the sense that I usually like plan everything out. So I already know what's happening. I don't kind of just go in it with no real plan or whatever, just a makeshift thing. If plans fail, I have backups immediately. Like, there's no time wasted or anything like that. I get to sleep in, quote unquote, on the weekend, but realistically, my sleeping in now is like an extra hour. So instead of sleeping until 7, I wake up at 8, maybe even 8:30. I woke up at 9 this weekend, but that was like a rare instance now. I don't sleep in that much anymore, which is actually very fine with me, because then in the mornings I get to take care of everything that I need to, and then in the afternoon I get to do whatever I want. But the only thing that sucks, and this is something that is the downest of downsides when it comes to the weekend, is that everybody else has the weekend off. So because of the fact that everybody else has the weekend off, everybody else is doing all the cool and like awesome stuff that you can do on the weekends. So because of that, every place is packed. How before I used to not do anything on the weekends because I would know that places are packed. Now it's the opposite. I don't have a choice but to go to these things where it will be packed on the weekend, which is the truest downside of all of the working for the weekend and looking forward to it and having my free time be the weekend. It's the downside of it. Everything is going to be packed. Everything is going to be full of people trying to do the things that they don't normally do. I don't even go to the gym on the weekends just so I can have more time to do shit on the weekends. But it sucks being a part of the crowd that happens on the weekends. I always feel bad. I'm almost like I'm a part of the problem in places. But also, realistically, what else are we supposed to do? So go through the week, but even then there are some things that are just not available during the weekday or aren't even like feasible, you know? When I get home from work, let's say I don't even go to the gym, I don't have much time to do stuff afterwards. It's about, give or take, like 2 hours really before I have to start doing my other like regular routine stuff. So I only really get 2 free hours of like actual pure free time to do whatever. I usually use that up to go to the gym. Even then, it's not much time. So that's why the weekend is great, because then I use that time to do everything I need to get done. It does suck in that Sunday is kind of used as a day to make sure that I have everything prepped for the week. It's like a prep day, and I dislike that in a way, but I also don't mind it in a sense, because it does take up a little bit of time on the weekend. But if done correctly, it shouldn't take up too much time. That's the only thing. And I will say this, I watched a video where somebody described the weekend as like a timeout from the week, and it was very accurate in describing that. I was not a huge fan of it when I heard it, but it's very accurate. It seems like such a little bit of a break and then back into it, and it sucks. I will say that it is short. It is very short and very sweet, but at the same time, I feel like if it was 3 days, because I've had a 3-day weekend, and 3-day weekend was nice, but it definitely made the week feel weird, which is a very interesting thing to happen. It felt like I was off the entire week. Like the Tuesday felt like Monday, and then the Friday just felt like a weird day. It just didn't feel right. It was just off. So I will say I do like the 2-day sprint that the weekends have become. I don't like that I've become part of the problem on the weekends, but at the same time, what else am I supposed to do, really? So I'm just gonna have to live with that consequence, really. I also am very happy that I get the weekend to get off, because there are some people who do not get the weekend off, and we are the people that end up annoying those people who are still working. Or there are those who only used to work on the weekends. Shout out Walter, because I remember that, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But thankfully, I don't have to deal with the weekend work. The weekend is my place to be chill and to go have fun, and also be in line forever because everything's full. Special shout out to all my restaurant workers out there just working hard on the weekends. What's up? 20% tip at least.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None. Exercises skipped. Also none. Got everything in and then some. So even a little bit extra. I got that decline iso press in. So I got literally, I think, everything in this week. So there is that. That was pretty good. I'm very excited about that. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. The weekend, or the extended weekend. I don't know which one I'm going to name it still, but yet I am so looking forward to it. Even right now, I get to go home, do a little bit of dog walking, but then editing. I actually get to edit. I actually have a chance to be ahead for once. Well, I'm not going to be that ahead, but still, I'll be able to keep going in the editing and have an extra 2 full editing sessions. Like an hour is what I consider an editing session. So at least one extra little bit today. And then on Monday, I got a lot of it. So I gotta have to make that time count. I can't be lazy and be like lackadaisical with it. But that's the other thing about weekends. I guess the downside of them, really. I will probably talk nothing but positive, glowing, raving reviews about it up until the end here, which is the fact that the weekends now have become the times where you just need to get the shit that you can't get done during the week done on the weekend, which kind of sucks because there are some things that close on the weekend, which is very annoying and I don't understand why, but it is what it is. There are other things that I am looking forward to that I want to do on the weekend. So I have a feeling, if that's the one thing though, it's now become like, all right, I need to get a bunch of errands done in the morning, then I can go do the shit that I want to do. You know, that's how it feels. But it's not too bad, especially now that I wake up early. I don't really care per se. It's not necessarily something that will waste my time. You know, I will be pretty good when it comes to the timing for it. It all just depends, really. But still, it is something that I have to kind of get used to. The weekends were great, but the weekends now are doing stuff and then doing whatever the hell you want. But now with money, that's always a fun part. With that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this. This video will not count for the weekday videos because I want to do a video about every day of the week, but that will be about more like the feeling of and all that other stuff. But this one's just generally the weekend, the long weekend, those types of things, and how it changes as you become an adult. Even as a kid, it's still like awesome. I'll never forget the show The Weekenders. If you remember that one, I might put a picture up just because that one's a very specific reference. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I always like the people who don't like it. It was always fun to talk to them at least. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Keep it heavy. Stay safe. Peace.